Well, hello again, and welcome to the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Hope everyone's enjoying this nice, beautiful Labor Day weekend. We get another day off of work tomorrow. Yay! All right. And I'm sure a lot of people are on vacation, and um, so we may not have, you know, our usual crowd, but that's okay. For those of you who are interested, hey, we're still going to do it. Okay. I don't keep you terribly long. All right. So, sometimes you hear news stories and you kind of sort of want to say, I wonder where it all began. And that's how you doing, Terry. So you kind of want to know the history, the background. So how you doing, Rhonda, Reese Cup? Okay, they're all coming in now. So you kind of want to learn a little bit um, about more about what's going on because sometimes they just scratch the surface. So one of my subscribers wanted me to talk about the ongoing water crisis in Flint, not Flint, Michigan. How you doing, Spiky? Uh, the reason I said Flint, Michigan was because we know what happened there just a few years ago. But today we're going to talk about actually what happened and what's happening and occurring now in Jackson, Mississippi. All right. So let's just see what we can find out. And some of the, how you doing, Tina, Janice? Okay. Let's see what we can find out. And I'm sure some of it you're going to say, well, yeah, nothing new to see here. All right. Well, hello, welcome to everyone. How you doing, Lisa Garrett? So everyone's coming in. So the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, from everything that I was reading, and folks, please hit that like button. Please share this video out on your various social media platforms so that we can have even more people join the conversation. How you doing? Tina's here, Reese is here, Lisa, Joyce, everyone's here. All right. So from my research, I didn't realize that this had been in the making for years. If you all remember back to the Brown v. Board of Education, of course, where the Supreme Court said that the schools, public schools, had to be desegregated because obviously they were separate, but they weren't equal. We all know that. And so that's when there started to be a shift. Now, historically, for those of you who know, Mississippi has always been the poorest state. Well, guess what? They still are. Um, and we know that there's some definite differences in um, how monies are allocated from one zip code to the next. So, um, what's going on now in Mississippi is a failure caused by historical and a racist divestment in the majority black city, which dates back, I didn't know this, till the 1950s. So, um, we all know once the federal government or Supreme Court says something, the federal government says something. If you don't listen, then they start to withdraw funding. So, what they said, from what I could find, they said that when they realized finally that they were going to have to desegregate the schools, well, we've all heard the term before, white flight. So a lot of course, their Caucasian residents left, put their children in private schools. All right, so I mean, it happens. So yeah, so I hope if you're familiar with this, fine. Say, hey, I knew that already, or whatever. Jackson, I did not know this, has had at least four boil water advisories. So they're telling people they can't even brush their teeth, they can't cook, they can't do so. Water is a necessity, okay? It's not a want. So I was just shocked that they were having all these issues. And how you doing, Donna? And from some of the videos I watched and from some of the reading, it said that this has just been an ongoing issue. Of course, the tax base there is kind of low. So once the wealthier people moved out, well, it's the same situation. How you doing, partner? Like, with Katrina. So Jackson is 80% black. Okay. Those of you who are familiar with what happened in Flint, Michigan, Some of you actually don't live terribly far from Michigan. Let me know what you think in the chat section and tell me why you think this is going on. Okay. So, the problem, they already had problems with infrastructure, and then they had these recent floodings of the Pearl River. All right. That didn't help the situation. All right. So, how you doing, JoJo? If you're already talking or discussing a poorer population of a city, and then okay, now you're already poor. Now the schools have gone back to virtual. There's already a learning gap. We've talked about that. The few businesses that they've had to shut down, just like the schools, because there's no water. You can't even flush the toilet. Is this a third world country or is it America? Somebody type it in the chat section because I just don't know. So, anyone familiar? How you doing, JoJo? Some of my football people were here, and this is I was talking to Joyce about this. Brett Favre, my football people know, of course, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback for the NFL. In my research, I found out he's received millions of dollars uh, that were allocated for the poor, residents. So he received millions of dollars in welfare money for motivational speeches he was supposed to give. Of course, I found out through my reading and research he didn't give them. So supposedly, allegedly, he's given some of the money back. So I don't know because I read some conflicting stories about that. So he's supposedly he's given some of it back. So they said that there's been a total of $70 million that was supposed to be allocated for the city's poor residents for welfare, and then some went to Brett Favre, some went to a professional wrestler, some went to build a volleyball complex allegedly at the same university that his daughter attends. Okay, so these types of things are going on. So underfunding, white flight after Brown versus Board of Education. These are some of the things that took place. So I also found out, yeah, Lisa, that's right, Donna, it's America, right, Donna? If you guys remember, after Katrina, the things that were said, so, and it's sad because they're always telling people to get out, but if you're poor, you don't have any money. Where are you going to go? And where you don't have money, just store it up where you can, move that quickly. So it's just a vicious cycle. So I found out 40% of, water processed by the city is lost due to broken and inefficient service lines. So I was like, okay. And I was looking at some of the videos and, just who wants to turn on the faucet and they're like, boil the water and it should be safe. But I don't care if you boil it and if the water's still brown, who's going to use it? I'm not. No. So again, that's the wrong answer. So you tell me what you think in the chat section. Jackson has approximately 180,000 people. So look at all these people. You can't flush toilets because you don't have any water. Oh God, just a nightmare. That would drive me nuts. So, you don't have drinking water, you don't have water to flush your toilets, you can't brush your teeth, you can't take a shower. What are you supposed to do? Yes, they did pass out some uh, bottled water, but it ran out in no time, so that still left most of the population with no water. I also found out in my right, Spiky. I don't care if I do boil it. If it's still brown, I'm not using it for anything. You wouldn't even give that to your pets. So no. But I did find out, and we're all familiar with the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. I found out that their facility failed an EPA. This was in 2020. Failed an inspection and some of you may be familiar with the Safe Drinking Water Act. I actually teach about that in one of my classes. So I was like, wow, they failed that inspection. No, I'm not using that water for anything. Right, Chef? It is very sad because, like I said, with poor people, you don't have any money to leave. Lisa said, "City next already playing hope." Right, Lisa? Exactly. So the wealthier suburbs, and again, it's climate, class, race, some of the topics that we've already talked about. So some of the wealthier suburbs, or that's where the tax base is. Of course, they have newer infrastructure. They don't have these issues. So that's just the way it goes. Reese said, "This is what happens when people don't vote and allow the others." Right? Thank you, Reese. Again, this is what happens. So voting, yeah, people get out there. Oh, I voted for the president. What about all these local elections? The people who gave these $70 million, who wasted this $70 million, uh, in welfare funds for poor families, you know, these are people. If you didn't vote, some of these people, allocating this money, they were voted into office. So yeah, you have to vote for everything. And from what I read, Jackson is sort of a Democratic leaning city. So Mississippi, we all know that's a Republican state, all right, with a white majority state legislature. So what do we do in Mississippi? Right, Reese? Mississippi has been the poorest state in the union how many years? Forever. Okay, so how are they ever supposed to get better? Again, you just follow the money. Where the tax base is, that's where the money's going to go. So, I mean, it is what it is. How you doing, Patricia? Okay, glad you're here. So just think about some of those things, folks. Um, when you vote for president, that's great. But you need to vote for your state legislators. You need to vote for Congress, state reps. All of that's important. So federal funding could help. And President Biden, from my research, he signed an infrastructure bill for roughly $75 million. So that will help. But again, the people over the money, they're going to decide how it's allocated. So if you don't vote, then you can't complain. Okay. So what else do you people think about this situation in Mississippi? And again, it's Flint, Michigan all over again. And I read somewhere that drinking water systems who are in constant violation of the EPA standards and the Safe Drinking Water Acts, they're in 40%. They're more likely in communities of color. So, what do you think about that? Right, Lisa? Many, many years. So, again, climate, class, race, all over again. It's the same, some of the same stuff that we've talked about. Okay. Um, so, what do you think about that? What should we do? We said vote. Okay, Spiky, you're right. You said vote. What else can we do? Okay. Anyone else have any, ideas? What can we do besides voting? Because you see all these people, they're on TV, but you know, I don't know, how this, the bill that President Biden, the infrastructure bill, I don't know how that's going to be divvied up. Um, so this is a time you really need, family, friends, if you're living in that area. I don't know about you, but I would definitely be trying to get out of Jackson, Mississippi. Mississippi as a whole, I would definitely be trying to get out. Okay. Um, so again, I didn't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to share that with you. And remember, check down in the description box below the video. No, Donna, they're still making excuses about what happened in Flint. But again, it's communities of color, poor communities. No one cares. So if, especially, if you're living somewhere and you're getting ready to purchase property, you need to see where the city landfill or going to be built on some of these other sites that contaminate the environment. That's something you definitely need to be aware of. So um, that's all I want. Basically, all I wanted to share with you. It was just astounding to see that, and sometimes, once these situations are exposed, I think in Flint, Michigan, it was, all the lead in the water. We all know what lead does. So causes learning disabilities and all other kinds of hideous disorders. So, again, be aware of what's going on in your community. A lot of people have, tablets, cell phones, but they don't, use them for educational purposes, unfortunately. No problem, Lisa. So just wanted to share that with you. You know what time of day it is now. We'll go ahead and do our drawings. Okay. If you're still here, say I am here, and then I'm going to let you go. Um, so we're going to, okay. I'm trying to get you another guest speaker because I had some of my subscribers say, when are you going to have another guest speaker? So I'm actively working on that. Okay. So if you're still here, Rhonda's still here. Rhonda, where's Desiree? Donna said, so we know what the outcome is going to be for all these tragedies. Right, Donna? And, everyone's up there, oh, we're going to send help. If something's been going on for 100 years, the only reason you're trying to do something about it now, all right, is because, all right, I'm going to spin the wheel. It's because, it's out in the forefront, or you'd still just do the same thing. Okay. Terry, you've been added. Jojo, you're here. Joyce is here. Rhonda are here. Right. I can't see them. Rhonda, I was going to add their name to the, if they say hello or something, I can add their name to the drawing. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we get. The wheel is spinning. All right. Rock is not here. Anyone else who's here, just say here and I will make sure your name has been added. Lisa Garrett, are you still here? You're my first winner. All right. Okay, Rhonda, we'll see if we can get that problem worked out for you. So Lisa Garrett's the first winner. All right. Let's see who else we're going to get. The wheel is still spinning, folks. See who my Labor Day winners are. Okay. Janice, are you still here? Okay, I need one more winner. Janice and Lisa Garrett. I need one more winner and we're done. Okay. They're not here. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to let you go to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Wake up time is not here. So if I spin the wheel and they're not here, I don't know if you can see it or not. I just spin it again. Penny's not here. Thank you, partner. Okay, Joyce, you are a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, as Mark Holmes says. Thank you, Gina. Gina Thorne. Listen to what Gina Thorne says. Smash those likes, okay? Thank you so much. Um, I'm going to try to have a guest speaker here for you next Sunday, so I am working on that. If not, we'll be talking about, of course, just important topics that we enjoy. Lisa, let's see, Janice and Joyce have won before. How you doing, Gina? So Lisa Garrett, I don't think I have your Cash App info. So how we do it, once you win, you leave when I end the video, all you need to do is leave me a comment in the description box, up under the description box. All right. And just let me know how you enjoyed the video, or what else would you like for me to talk about? What subject matter do you have an interest in? Because I often talk, when people give me suggestions, You know, that's what I talk about. There's no sense in me coming on here talking about things that people don't want to hear about. Okay. All right. So, my winners, I'm going to end the stream, and I hope that everyone continues to enjoy the rest of their Labor Day weekend. And thank you so much. Your time is valuable, and I do appreciate you coming here, spending time. And if you get a chance, please look at those videos that I shared. So Lisa, JoJo, all of my Mark Holmes, Joe Boo Sports Report people, I'll be over there shortly when I end this broadcast. But check out those videos, folks. And I also share just links from websites, and you'd be astounded. I come on here and I share information with you, but I share links so you can also go and find out information for yourself. You don't have to take it from me. I get information from various websites, but you may want to say, hey, I want to see that. Thank you, Donna. Hey, I want to learn more myself. Oh, this is what Roland was talking about. Okay, so let me know. Um, I enjoy the conversation. Those of you who are here for the first time, hey, when you leave me comments, you can ask anyone here. I answer and respond to all comments. Okay. So if there's a topic you want me to talk about, no problem. Let me know. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you all go now. So enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. And I will see you next Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. on the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel.